Alright, YouTube, it's time for another walk and talk, and just want to go ahead and let you guys know I'm probably not going to watch the second part of the first 2020 Democratic debate. I gotta admit, I'm pretty disappointed in NBC, but then again, I shouldn't be surprised them cutting off Andrew Yang's mic, and then they denied it. Of course they're going to lie. That's why we call them fake news. So Andrew Yang obviously got screwed. Tulsi Gabbard is getting screwed as well because she is being accused of being an alt-right plant in the Democratic Party simply because there's a perceived following among alt-righters, I guess, or rather, there is a group of alt-righters that are supposedly following Tulsi Gabbard because of her foreign policy stance. Well, if you are anti-war, this means that you're alt-right now. This is very, it's not very good logic, but then again, they're always going to lie, they're always going to twist in order for a narrative to get pushed. That's what they do. That's why we call them fake news. But yeah, good on Tulsi for sticking to her guns, and good on Tucker for having, Tucker Carlson, good for him for having her on when nobody else would give her a platform. This is a guy on Fox News. This should alarm a lot of people. That Fox News, Tucker Carlson in particular, is the one that's brave enough to have an anti-war voice on his program. So, good for him. I'll say this with Andrew Yang. I do have an open mind about his universal basic income, but here is kind of the guidelines I want to be set. I do not want us to print any more money because right now our currency is going down, down, down in value. The dollar, regardless of the strong economy, the dollar still is gradually growing weaker, and that's due to obviously inflation, one of them. And the fact that we're exporting oil for the first time since a long time ago, that's very temporary. That's not going to be something that we can rely on forever. I mean, take a look at what happened in Venezuela. Venezuela basically had their whole entire economy based on natural gas and oil sales. And we saw what happened there because they took out a bunch of loans based off of, they took out a bunch of loans based off their projected sales of oil, and I mean, the rest is history. So this is actually a really good idea from Andrew Yang. He's talking about giving people, now please fact check me on this. Is it $1,000 a year or is it $1,000 a month? I'd be very curious to know. Still, it's money. It counts for something. What I would like to see, though, is that money that's being put back into our pockets. And keep in mind, this is for everybody. Nobody gets excluded from EBI, hopefully, or at least that's the way it's being advertised. We need to cut spending all across the board. There are so many programs and so many bureaucracies that are set up that we do not have the ability to pay for these things without continuously inflating our own currency. It's a very dangerous game we're playing. So I'm keeping an open mind about this. If we can cut spending across the board, defense, see you, man. We can cut spending across the board with defense, domestic. There's a lot of reform that's needed in social programs. You just take a look at Social Security, you take a look at Medicare. These are all things that we need to reform. In fact, we need to give the American people the ability to save up for their own health care and other things, and take the government out of it altogether. Because these people that are pushing for expansion of government, they basically say, you're too dumb to spend your own money, so we need to spend it for you. Well, quite frankly, my friends, it's a load of shit. And I think most people would agree with me, except for the people that are pushing these ideas. The communistic sympathizers, if you will. So I will say that, yes, I am keeping an open mind to Andrew Yang. I do not like the fact that he rose his hand when he said that he would provide health care for illegal immigrants. That's a very dangerous way. And in fact, that's a good way to piss off some of these right, center to right voters that are probably, they might have their problems with Trump. They might say, well, we just at least want a viable alternative to him. But if you're going to raise your hand and say, yes, I will give health care to illegal immigrants, then you're kind of burning some bridges there. So keep that in mind. But I think his biggest selling point is going to be the universal basic income. If he can find a way to create a budget where we're cutting spending across the board, and we can we can divert that money back into the pockets of the American people, then yes, we will be a very happy country. But we cannot print more money. We cannot borrow any more money. We are over $20 trillion in debt. We need to put a stop to that. And look, I don't even know if Andrew Yang is the guy to do it. What I would really like to see, if Trump does get reelected in 2020, I would genuinely like to see him put people like Tulsi Gabbard and Andrew Yang in his cabinet. That would be a genius move. A lot of people on the left, and I always use this indicator, the Jimmy Dore crowd, they would say, look, at least he's putting people that are on the other side, so to speak, in his cabinet, and that way he's getting a fresh perspective. And let's go ahead and say hi to Tulsi real quick. Hey, Tulsi. What up, girl? There she is right there. And anyways, yeah. You guys get the idea. I'm trying to hold it there long enough so YouTube uses it for the thumbnail. But yeah, that'd be pretty cool. YouTube, please help me out here. Google, come on. Anyways, man, this was a fun video. I'm glad I made this video. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. God bless. See you later.